Here we are, rocking
Here we
out. Welcome, Aley.
Thank you. We're here to boogie woogie.
Boogie woogie. Everybody has to smile at this little pop part here. So, okay, enough of that. Let's not, enough of that music stuff. Let me get to the comments. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I've got Bora Bora 333. Love you. Thank you for coming in. You were the first one in. I'm done. Yes, I've got Sandy, Dwight. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Christine, Dennis. Hello, Barbara, and Christine,
and Michelle. Yeah, and Denise.
Okay, I've got. Yes, I'm sorry. I was distracted by Dennis's question.
That's all right.
I wanted to start the questions because before we begin, I want to introduce Aley, because I truly believe there are new people every time clicking in. And I thought, well, you introduce yourself and tell everyone what's going on your channel.
All right. Wonderful. Well, welcome everybody. And thanks to the people that are on my channel that's being simulcast on the show. And thanks for being here too. And if you haven't met with Deborah, make sure you sign up for Deborah's channel. So tomorrow I'm going to be on with Terry Renner. She's holding your space. We do oracles and archetypes on Fridays at noon Pacific time. And right now her daughter was actually at the Kansas City Chiefs parade and had to crash herself down on the ground. She did not get hit or hurt, but she witnessed a lot of some really bad stuff. So anyway, I'm sending much love and healing to her. Also later in the afternoon, I'm going to be on with Jean, Sun Psychic Jean, who comes on my Sunday show with me sometimes. And so that's the extent of the weekend. Next week's a whole new game, and that's about all for this weekend.
You go on a lot. That's great. I need to go on. I'm writing another book. Every time I write a book, I think I'm never going to do this again. Then I write another. But
wow, good for you.
I'd write and write and write until I have enough to put something into it. But what I am doing is I have you tonight, and tomorrow night I have Lalit coming in from Astrology Vibrations, and we're doing a weekly every Friday at 6. We just had a couple we are doing, and it was mostly commentary. She would do what's coming up in the stars. I would do what's coming up in the numbers. But we're going to switch it up this time. We're going to do like the first few minutes is going to be all about the stars, what to expect. And then we're going to go into private or personal readings with with people's numbers. So I can do their numbers. And then as I do the numbers, Lily will check the stars, and it's going to be fun. It's just
really sounds fun. Yeah, it sounds awesome.
New and fun and different. So this is great. I'm going to move. So thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. And we've got Dennis here first. We're going to do politics today, but it's been overwhelming. I did look, just a moment, Dennis. I did look at Fani Rose. I finally found her birth date. And then I did look to see what life path, what personal year she's in, because she had an affair, right?
Right.
But I wanted to know specifically if she broke up with that affair in 2023 by the year 2023. And she had. So she's aligned to her numbers. So good news on that.
Oh, well, that's good, because they did have a witness on that kind of said that their affair started earlier than they said it stared, and so
that's okay. Flirty wordy and kissy in the back room. Okay, but that's part. But she was in a 9 personal year last year. Same with Trump. Same with the United States. The same with UK. So, I mean, there's a lot of Putin was in a. Oh, there's a bunch of people that moved into it, but she was one of them. So if you drag in some dirty laundry from a 9 personal year to a 1 personal year, then you don't get the bounty of the 1 personal year, but her strategy needs to change. So I know that today I caught a little bit of her, and she came in a little little hot, just exactly what I would do. What do
Yep.
you mean? I'd be real huffy and puffy, but she calmed down, whereas I wouldn't. I'd be in jail.
I know.
I'd be so mean.
She's a very cool cucumber
Ah,
in her testimony, and she would like to get really angry, but she's tempering the anger as much as she can. But she pretty much said that there's all these are all lies. That what they're saying is a lot of lies. And
yeah, she's
of
coming
course
back
they are.
quick.
Yep.
Very articulate.
She also said, "I'm not on trial. I'm here because these people cheated the election of 2020."
Right,
So
right,
I love
exactly.
that.
You're treating me like I'm on trial, and I am not on
Right.
trial.
I'm not on trial.
So
Yep.
she's my girl. She is.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Dennis asked, "What's going to happen to the economy, whether good or bad?"
Mm-hmm.
So
So I have a little tidbit that I want to share with you about the economy. And of course, we were rising very, very high with unemployment numbers being low. And, and they all said the market, Larry, what's his name? One of Trump's minions said he never would have expected Joe to do so well with the economy and with the numbers. And somebody said one of the reasons why that happened is because the people are coming in from Mexico, and those yo-yos, Abbott and DeSantis, are taking them and putting them over here, into the different cities. And
right.
they were sent to areas in the country that needed workers, which has boosted the economy. So they have egg on their
Stop,
face.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
So
that story.
yeah, so I get trust the process, Dennis.
Yeah.
I think we need to be a little bit more forgiving of Joe. He really has the shaft. He gets the shaft all the time, and he really has done a fabulous job considering when he came in just how bad our world was. So that's what I get. Yeah.
And of course, the stock market isn't the
Yeah.
economy. It's
Yeah.
totally separate. So
It
when
is.
that does good, the economy does good, but it's not tied,
It isn't.
so much
Right.
about that, even though they like to tie it. They have a bad day. Oh, Joe Biden made it
I
a
know.
bad day
It's
in
always Joe's
America.
fault.
But
Yeah.
America is in a one personal year,
Mm-hmm.
if you call it that, for
Yeah.
our country. And so
Mm-hmm.
everything has to be done brand new. And we're seeing that, and it's freaking us out. And so
Right.
even the economy has to be brand new. And guess what? It gets better with a Democrat. What? Really?
Yeah.
So we're seeing new things. That's number one. Number two, I did some cards on this, and it looks like the old way of counting the money or dealing with the economy is coming to a natural ending with the death card. I do see that there's some manipulation with the reverse magician.
Okay.
Means that there's some manipulation going on. But I think I think that's, I'm getting here that it's like I hope I'm making sense, Dennis, that it's like the race, the manipulation to say that the economy is bad. And yeah, there are people suffering. There are
Oh,
people caught
yeah, there are.
through everything, and the line is hard.
Yeah.
There is an awful lot of money in America that we can move around. But the Queen of Cups is here. I always
Oh,
like
good.
her. She's got loving energy, plus the Ace of Cups. So basically, two aces here. The death card I'm saying is an ace because it's an ending. And then we have the new Ace of Cups, which is emotion, messages of love. So I believe that everybody's going to feel a little different overall. I think all boats rise when everything. I think we're not at our. People are thinking they're going to be at a bottom or something like that. I don't believe that. I don't believe the bottom is ever going to go that low again. Knock on wood.
Right. Absolutely.
For entertainment purposes only.
Well, I just heard today, by the way, that the guy who was in the Homeland Security Committee And after they impeached Mayorkas the second time and he got impeached, he quit and he's going to resign from Congress. All these Republicans are just fleeing because they can't stand the no work Republican Party. And I just find that to be awesome. It's like,
yeah, well, they can't fight them. Can't fight them anymore. And they were not representing America quite well. And that's got to eat at you, Aley.
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Know, it's got to, you can't sleep when you cause so much pain or support so much pain and suffering. So,
and of course, the deal that came through that they worked on so hard, they said, we have to have a border deal. And they worked on it so hard. And then they brought it to the forefront and they didn't vote on it. And the reason somebody would ask them, why won't you take the next one, the other deal with all the other stuff taken out that you don't want? And he said, because we don't have anything in there on the border. And you just want to go, ugh, what's the matter with you? You're just talking out of two sides of your mouth. It's really unreal. Yeah,
it's real. Well, you cannot be duplicitous inside this energy signature, because the 7 universal year for last year and this 8 for this year, everyone's going to get caught in their lies. Everyone.
You're right. You're right. Everything is becoming uncovered. Yeah.
Yep. Look forward to that.
I know.
So here we go, Dennis. Again, thanks so much. What was the reason for the shooting in Kansas City, and does it have a MAGA connection? I'm going to say yes for the MAGA, only because MAGA is connected to everything hostile right now. Like everybody who has a tendency, I'm not saying everybody is a MAGA, but people who have a tendency towards violence or harshness, it's almost like there's a permission in America to do that, because you don't have to go far to find someone to agree with you.
Right.
You have to be in this, kind of the red states to have it, but you have someone mirroring back saying, yeah, I'd be mad at that too.
Right.
And so it builds, but that's my 2 cents. I'm going to do the cards though.
So Dennis, I'm feeling that they're saying it was an altercation between 2 young people, 2 17, 18-year-olds. That doesn't mean they weren't MAGA. But they also said that the governor was there. And last week, the governor of Missouri cut down a gun law because it's the most lax gun law state. You don't have to have any background checks. Anybody under 18 can get a gun. It goes on and on and on. And so it's just a problem waiting. And of course, this is what the governor of Missouri did. And then he's there at the parade and he runs away. He runs down the street, kind of like Josh Hawley. That's right.
I love that picture.
That's right. So, I mean, they had a lot of watchdogs there. They had 800 police officers there. So if they were going to see it, but the problem with it is they think it was a small gun and it had one of those automatic, I don't know enough about guns, but how you can fire fast rounds. And, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones or shoot guns, basically. And they were just clawing at each other. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that they were clawing at each other because they were just kids. Yeah.
So wait a minute, just kids. So you're saying the reporting is that 2 young people
or 3.
flashed.
Yeah, like a gang, like a young gang.
And then there was 1 or 2 guns. Maybe you're saying 1 gun, maybe more than that. Coming to pow, pow, pow. I'm getting here. Yeah. So that's interesting news. But I'm getting the reversed emperor, which says they had something to fight about.
Yeah. And they were arguing about something.
Yeah. But I don't think it was personal or gang kind of stuff, because emperor is corporation, government. It could be government. So that's kind of a slant. And it's not over because I have the reverse tower. But
no, I don't think it's over either.
I am surprised that it's just the anger in America and over the world too has lit a fire. Because if I remember the days when you were in a bad mood and you want to do bad things, and you had to, we had to look long and hard to find someone to say, yeah, I'll go with you.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't you remember in the 90s, people would go postal? Remember, that was the big thing. If someone went postal, they'd go and it was always at the post office for some reason, but you didn't see it everywhere else. I mean, sure, you saw it at Columbine and a few other places eventually, but it's like you can't really go anywhere. You can't go to the grocery store. You can't go to a parade. You can't go anywhere without worrying about something, or being concerned about violence outbreak.
But understand that these are our dark, this is a dark hour, and it will be getting better, because things that are wrong have to go very, very wrong for everyone to have a consensus and say, yeah,
absolutely. There has to be a tipping point and a paradigm shift.
We've been there for years and we're exhausted about it.
But we are exhausted.
But it's happening, and we gotta stay.
Wouldn't you like to be in a class action suit for PTSD and take Trump down?
Yes. Oh, that's a refreshing idea, where citizens sue him. Yes.
Citizen lawsuit. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. But I like what was said on the news when they said, one of the news people said, it's not just the person has a right to a speedy trial. It's the people.
The people
have a right.
You're absolutely right.
A speedy trial. And I'm getting pretty tired of this. I look at the numbers and I can see them starting to crumble because of the energy signature of that, blah, blah, blah. But I've got the numbers. What about everyone who's just looking at, well, you watch us and you feel better, even though it looks bad.
Yeah.
Hi, my gosh. Everybody's here. Hello, everyone.
Thanks for being here. Yeah, that's awesome.
So here, Dwight says, I want them to grill Trump like they did. Yes.
It makes me mad that they were doing that. Yeah. Yeah.
That old white man bully stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
There was something that was said today, and it was very interesting because this lawyer said something to her like, hoard something. And she thought that he was calling her a whore.
A whore. Yeah. I'm glad she had spoke up instead of just going.
Yeah, I know.
She spoke up about that. But what an odd word to use.
I know.
That is an odd, because he could have said cash. True. You have a cache.
Yeah, a cache of something.
Or something. But no, it had to be hoard negative. Yeah. So yes, I'm with you, Dwight. We need to. And here we are with Louisa. She goes, I hope you I hope that you get over it soon.
That's because Water Lily has COVID. So just shouting out to Water Lily, I'm sorry that you have COVID, and I hope you get over that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bora, thank you so much. And subscribe. It helps the algorithm. Thank you for me and for Aley.
Yeah, it's a cute picture of you, Janet.
Isn't it sweet?
Yeah.
It's so sweet. Oh my gosh. And she says, Aley's channel is Heart and Soul Connected.
Yes.
I misspelled it a couple times. So it's connected.
Yeah. One big word. One big word. Yeah.
Mine's one big word too. Kudlow.
Yeah, that was the guy, Larry Kudlow. He's the one that went on Fox News and said, that Joe Biden's going to destroy everything, the economy and this and that. He ate his words. He fessed up to it. But, yeah.
Yeah. I'm reading here to see if there's a question. If you have a question, would you mind putting it in all caps? These old eyes. Ain't what they used to be.
Oh, that's funny.
But I did go to the dollar store and got these
readers. Oh, readers. Yeah.
I look smart.
Yes, you do.
I know I do.
Yeah. Well, Dennis says that since Taylor Swift is seeing Travis Kelce, MAGA can't stand it. And they said they were going to bring in Kid Rock for the entertainment from the Republican side, and everybody's like, who cares?
Yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out. You mean,
Yeah.
are you serious about that? That they were
Yeah.
going to?
Yeah. Not in the Super Bowl, but like as a representative of because
a
Trump,
musical.
he came in and said that Trump, she should follow him. Taylor should follow Trump because he signed some law that gave her money for her music or something like that. And
she did that for her music. There was wasn't there a monopoly or something like that? Yeah, she did that.
She did. She, I've never been a fan of her music. I don't think she's awful, but I just never really listened to her. But the fact that she can drive these people so crazy but the Kansas City Chiefs, wouldn't let her come to the parade. Yeah.
Really?
No, well, because they were worried that people would come and do just what happened. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Here we go. I'm catching up. I'm sorry.
Okay. Take your time.
And Bora, you're so sweet. Thanking everybody for being here. I want to thank them too. All the comments help, even after the show. If you can say, hey, I saw you or something, then it really does help.
Here's one at 5:19. Carolyn asks, is Cannon going?
Eileen. I can't get her birthday, just her year. Yeah, so I can't get Judge McAfee. Today I couldn't find his. I did get Bonnie's. Like I had said, she's a master number 2911, so that's why she's so articulate. Now it was at 5:19.
Yeah, it's Carolyn wrote it.
5:19. I'm still going up. Sorry. So what was the question, Bonnie?
Will she be gone? Yeah. Oh, I see. She was born in 1981. Cannon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So she's got. See, the younger they are, they have more room, understandable room to make mistakes. But
this is what I get. It takes a curse to break a curse.
Are you kidding me? That's a perfect card.
It is. I think Jack Smith's got enough evidence of the things that she's not doing correctly, that he'll be able to hopefully send it to the circuit court. I hope so.
Mm-hmm. So the four corners of the questions, is she going to be gone? And what I have here is the answer is no, but as you know, I do yes, no, and it tells you why it's yes and why it's no. All the love is reversed. Ace of Cups is there, and the reversed King of Swords. Everything's reversed here except for the Five of Swords, which is all this arguing. People are losing track of what she's losing track. This is the Four of Pentacles. I'm sorry, I should say it out loud. She is losing track of all of her little pins that she's been putting in this map, and she's losing track of them. And guess what? We've got the reverse Chariot. So that tells me she's going to be in public, but we will be able to watch her have to do the right thing. And wouldn't that be nice?
Okay.
So I think
we watched Haba implode, so it would be nice to see something different out of somebody, in order to follow the rules. Alina Habadabadoo.
She's so funny, that lady. She's going to be able to get an anchor job on one of the networks. Probably. I'm sure
on Fox. Yep. For sure.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'll look better. Sorry.
What about this guy? Is it who? Or the guy that he was the guy that said Joe Biden is old and he doesn't remember things, and he was the special counsel.
Charlie who? No, who?
He was a special
Your choice?
counsel for Joe Biden for the documents that were found at his house. And
Oh, that
he's a,
guy.
yeah.
He's going to be. See, the thing is that all right. I'm going to hide this, but I'm going to star it.
Mhm.
So I'll have you back.
Okay. Yeah.
This is it. This is when you can't do that now. It's a new earth, the new, age of Aquarius. That's really true stuff. And
Yeah.
so what used to work isn't going to work anymore. And he's already out on the fire. He's already shown his hand. He can't go to a party without someone saying, dude, what were you thinking?
Right.
And so and because nothing can be hidden anymore like
That's
it was.
right.
And I gotta say, just for the record, I know that our government has had corruption, has had Nazis in it, have had communists in it, and even the ones we like.
Yep.
With information they get, they do a little trading and stuff. So there's a culture of bending things, and that's needs to come to an end. And I think I'm sensing that the Democratic Party, once they saw basically the Republicans come out and spill everything and do things wrong on the outside, they cleaned up their act. They got rid of.
I agree.
Menendez is gone, right? Or is he still there?
No, he's not gone.
He's still there.
Really screwed up his daughter's vocation, though, because his daughter is an MSNBC anchor. Was it Felicia? Yeah, Felicia Menendez, I think her name is. She's a beautiful girl. Yes, that's his daughter. And now MSNBC is saying, oh, we don't want her on so much because her father's a disgrace. And
she just got a new job.
Yeah, she did. It's Alicia Menendez. Yeah, she's been covering for what's her name? Nicole Wallace, because she's been out with baby. So, but they're like, we don't want her on there because her father's, but her father is not she. So,
that's
she's
right.
Really sweet. She's really sweet. Yeah,
she is sweet. She's very talented.
Yep.
So this is how we roll.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
The ex-FBI whistleblower is being brought up on charges for perjury
in the Hunter Biden inquiry about Burisma and whether Joe was involved.
Oh, the FBI whistleblower is being brought up on charge. I haven't heard this.
Just happened. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's convicted. Let's check it out. Wiki.
I wonder if since they're questioning Fani Willis about I wonder if they're going to take Hunter Biden's case and throw that out because of this. That'd be nice.
Well, because they really don't have a case for Mayorkas. They don't have a case for Biden to be impeached. And they now don't have a case showing any connection except for parental and son connection between Biden and his son. They always say what they do is what they do. They always, out of their mouth comes, oh, but this is this. And it's really them that are doing it. Yeah.
Right.
All right. So what I got for this whistleblower is a knight has swooped in to take this guy out because they found out that he's absolutely he was lying. He was committed perjury. And they pulled him out of his cave and they're bringing him back in because now he's going to be tried for perjury. And no matter what he says, he has nothing that he can do. There's no love potion he can drink that's going to help him out in this. I think he's going to get a conviction. Yeah.
So I do get the tower for him. Yay. I also have the Queen of Swords upright. She's a judge.
Yeah.
Judge Judy. She's my favorite.
Judge Judy.
card. She's my Judge Judy. Anyway, and then now I do 1 month increments. So it looks like now to the same time next month, and then that following. So within 60 days, it looks like it's really gone downhill. But the thing is, before that, like right now, we've got the moon, which is deception.
Yep.
All of that's unfolding. And
Mm-hmm.
you had the cave. I have the hermit reversed.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's not coming in line with spiritual, and you have to do that. You have to be in line with your ethics and morals. So that tells me that he knew it was wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I think some of the MAGA people, the pedestrians, really do believe in what they're saying. And but there are people who know that it's not true, and he's one of them.
Yeah, because Trump has been able to just keep saying the same lies over and over again, and when that happens, people believe you. It's a proven thing and he said that a few years ago. Actually, just keep telling him over and over. Yeah,
he's just right out there with it, and then we've become used to it.
Yeah.
And
well, I don't know that I'll ever get used to it, but I sure do hate it. That's for sure. Ugh.
Well, the MAGAs got used to it.
Yeah.
Okay, here. I think this is a question that's written in lowercase. Taylor is in Australia for the last leg of the Eras tour. That's why she was not at the parade. Makes sense.
I did know that she had to go back to her tour, but they said they really didn't want her there anyway. For that very reason. They didn't want to take away from the Chiefs, which is an awful thing to have to say. When Marilyn Monroe used to date Joe DiMaggio, she probably went to his games. People didn't say anything about it, So silly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know. There wasn't as many people on the planet, or at least in America. We had a little more room.
Yep.
So I just
okay. This is the one we just read on. Yeah, Smyrna.
Charged with it. Yeah. How will they impeach against? Yeah, right. Yes.
I just think they're just going to keep up the chaos, Hilda. I really do. And I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to impeach Biden because he didn't do anything. It's like Mayorkas. It's like a nothing burger, as Linda Grindle would say. She'd say that, that Mayorkas, when it gets to the Senate, they don't even have impeachable offenses for Mayorkas.
Right. So I've got a question.
Yep.
So I know when Clinton was impeached, there were hearings, right? In Congress. Mm-hmm. And then when, Trump, both times, there was hearings. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have to do hearings for all these, and they don't have anything.
No,
nobody's broken the law. I don't know. And it's not news.
No, they don't have a damn thing. Yeah.
So here's Warrior Girl 113 says, Deborah, if you know the city state they were born in, you'll be able to get a copy of their birth certificate. Really? Off the local? I can get her birth certificate?
I don't know, but that's pretty cool.
That's interesting. I'm going to follow up on that.
So here's what's going to happen with Biden's impeachment. Jordan and Comer are going down the river.
Oh, whoa.
I really don't think they'll be back. Don't you think that Jack Smith has already got the goods on both of them and that he's eventually going to work on that? Yeah.
I worry about him. I worry about him because you wouldn't notice this about him. But he's such a sensitive. He's a 9 life path, which is all about legacy, doing right, caring for others kind of thing.
Yeah.
And this year is a 1 personal year, just like Trump, 1 personal year. Everybody's a 1 personal year. So he's changed his to the reason I say 1 personal year, you have to change your strategy on the outside for you to benefit from the 1 personal year. You can't do what you used to do. And I think he's getting a little more feisty. Do you think he is?
Well, he definitely responded very quickly to the Supreme Court. Like they asked him by the 20th or something, and he had it in the next morning. So he's just totally, is he a Virgo? Is he a Virgo? Do you know?
I don't know what his birthday is like that.
Okay.
Oops. Bill Clinton's impeachment was illegal impeachment. It was, as it was over land that was sold for
before he was the president. What was it? The land deal in Arkansas.
The land deal. That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Republicans tend to do that. They just, they hear it's like Margie. Maji, everybody, she should impeach everybody. It's like, it's not a be all end all thing,
You know what Keith Oberman calls her? Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Trash truck Barbie or something?
No, Barney Rebel Double. Any young ones here, you won't know what I'm talking about. But Barney Rebel Double.
That's a riot. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So it's if I missed anybody here,
I don't think
hello,
so.
Sharon.
Hi, Captain Morgan. Good to see you too. Randy. Everybody.
Marilyn did not go under us. Did go under. Oh, sorry, I missed.
Oh, that's all right. She did. Well, that makes sense. But she was pretty noticeable.
She was noticeable. Very noticeable.
Yeah.
But it's it's a crazy time to. One of the things I want to reassure people is that we're going in the right direction. It's just like my parrot. When my parrot walks across the room, it's always like dodging bullets.
Right.
I don't know why. There's nothing running after him.
I love that. Yeah.
It's the way we all live, as you know. It's always never a straight line. But I got to tell you, as it gets more ridiculous, and I know you're tired of this, it's going to be okay. Because it has to get this ridiculous for the people who drank the Kool-Aid to actually see it.
Wouldn't it be interesting if they just one day got up out of bed and it was like it wasn't Groundhog Day anymore? That they didn't have the MAGA. They had a totally different view of the world. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I believe in miracles. I believe they can be visited by 3 ghosts, and doesn't have to be Christmas Eve. And because enlightenment does happen in an instant, as soon as now I measure truth by if it's a true statement, it will fit every single place in the world or every situation.
Okay.
That do unto others, where that's a true statement that kind of works its way everywhere. But so I do believe that one of the things I struggled with when I was new in my spiritual work was karma. As I learned the basic, if you had a bad time in this life, you must have really been screwed up on the last life. And I bought into that, like the whole thing. And then I practiced that in everything in my life. And I found out it's not true.
Not always true. That's
because there's so much more to that. Anyway, that I won't bore you with that stuff, but
interesting. Yeah. So McGrill at 5:31, McGrill says, what's the vibe around Engoron's decision tomorrow? That's the money for his biz. It's being announced tomorrow. And I read something that Haba said. She said she's not feeling confident, but she's going to scream at him anyway.
Yes, because she's her last chance to be on camera and to show off for Daddy.
That's right.
Daddy Trump. Yeah, I don't think there's I've got one from Dennis here. I'm going to start. But so Engoron, let's see. He's had enough.
Oh, he has.
Oh my God.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Every single major card. I've got 5 on the table, but I've got one that's not a major card, but the Devil.
Oh, geez.
Reversed Empress, meaning no options.
Yeah.
Institutions coming through, and the World, which means they're not going to succeed.
Yeah. And I get tra-la-la. In other words, what do you think? Tra-la-la. The second one I get is Engoron is the ruler of this. He's the one that will rule on this. He's a master at his ruling. He has covered his bases. And he's going to, I don't know how much money it's going to be, but he's got a solid case there.
Right. And I do know, but correct me if I'm wrong, everybody out there. when you are served with something like that, you have to pay. That money goes into escrow.
It does.
And they meaning the Trumps have that monitor over their, so they would have to put everything in escrow.
I don't think he has the money. Do you?
Oh, we'll see.
I know. Yeah.
So, yes, but his pride, six of, but he feels, see, this is how I know. I'm not looking behind his accountant's eyes, which I should be.
Right.
I'm looking through his eyes. What's his energy signature? Because he's the loudmouth. And so it's the pride. It's the magician.
He thinks he can pull a rabbit out of a hat. Yeah, he does.
Right. The problem child with the emotions. That's what gets him the money.
Right.
Then the reverse queen of cups as well with the devil. So it looks like, I think he does have a fair amount of assets. He's got several golf courses.
True.
He's got, I mean, it's not all liquid.
Right.
But
did you hear though that he was interviewed by somebody, and I don't know who it was, a couple of weeks ago. And this was before they found out Weisselberg lied on the stand, which that's what's been holding it up. But somebody interviewed him and they said, what are you going to do about this lawsuit, the money that you have to pay? And it was the 248 or whatever it is, that big amount of money. And he says, I don't have to pay any money. We won that case. We won that case. Yeah. We won.
Yeah. I think it's just trying really hard. It gets really, but I don't know if I know he's not well. And I think his stress level makes him double talk, but worse than he usually does. But
yeah, true.
I mean, even he knows he can't, he says the impossible, but that's the way it was.
Did you see what he did on Truth Social? He put out this Valentine's wish for his wonderful wife, Melania, who has been supporting him forever. And she's wonderful and she deserves so much more. And there's a link there for people to donate.
You're kidding me?
No, because he's such a grifter. He's going to use, quote, his love for his wife to get more donations. It's just, it never ends. Yeah.
She knows who she married.
She does.
The lady that wrote the book, her best friend that wrote the book, she would go to her and say, are you kidding me? La, la, la. Look what he's doing. And she says, I know who I married.
Yep.
I know who I married.
She got paid $155,000 for every time she spoke at a rally.
True.
Yeah, Melania did. She got paid $155,000 per speaking. And somebody said last night, who pays their wife to do that? Who pays their wife to speak for them?
That's the way you that's the way you get around the campaign finance stuff.
Sure it is. Yeah.
I've got one here, Wayne. I've got one from Dennis is what will happen to Mitch McConnell since Republicans are following Trump and not him?
Yeah.
He's
talk about grumpy old man.
He had an opportunity when his wife quit and said enough of this.
Yep.
And he knows it.
Yeah.
I'd hate to have his life review.
It's going to be very good. Yeah. He's very duplicitous. And the only reason he's staying in is because he's got all these people feeding him, and my husband told me Mitch McConnell has been in Congress since he was in was a senior in high school. My husband was a senior in high school. 1974.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Uh-oh.
I think he's staying in for my best guess is he's staying in for legacy, but
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I got the world and I'm thinking that, this is his world. He's been doing it so long. He doesn't know what other else thing to do. But I do get this one and it could be he's not going to be with us very long because I get the mountains after it. It's like because he's an old goat. Oh,
Well,
my.
Dennis, only the good die young. So that just
That's
only
true.
the good die young.
Well,
So yeah,
yeah.
he's going to I think probably go out with his boots on, most likely.
Well, he had that really bad situation where he had like a stroke or something. I'm
But
sure his health was
also,
bad.
I don't know if he would be so upset that people are following Trump, because I don't think he has the capacity to be at that level. So if he can stay where he's at and still have
Right.
his legacy and a place and at the lunch counter,
And
he doesn't have to work, that's okay.
Yeah. Wiki says at 5:33, how will the Alvin Bragg case go? Will 45 get jail time as Cohen did? So that one is coming up very soon. I think it's March 25th. And that one is a criminal trial. That's what I heard. So
Isn't it?
maybe
Stormy Daniels is a criminal. I shouldn't say it like that. Criminal trial. That was criminal.
There was one that they said was coming up very soon, and it was a criminal trial. And I know it's not in Gorin, and I know it's not Cannon, and I know it's not Georgia.
Isn't
So
that
I think
funny?
it's
We're counting. Wonder what there's 91 indictments.
I would do myself in. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't stand being in that much stress. I can't even believe he's, existing now.
Well, he has drugs too.
That's true.
That's true.
Yes.
And so what was I did not find her question. Can you read it again? Did we
Yep. It's on at 5:33, but there's a number of them near that time. Let's see. It was Wiki.
Did we answer her questions? 5:33. Alvin Bragg.
Yeah, Alvin Bragg. Yeah.
I don't see so I don't see him in jail, but I've got some curious cards. I wonder how the group feels about this. Okay. So I've got the reversed Eight of Swords. So if it's upright, it's trapped. You can't do anything, but it's all your own doing. It's like I feel like I'm at no choice. So this tells me that he'll be liberated. He'll be suspended. He'll be able to roam around the cabin. But look what happens. 10 of Swords. I think once he's convicted of anything, he's going to, that's going to throw a lot of the base out. I think.
Okay. Well, it certainly will those on the fence, but I'm hearing that we have to just kind of take a look at the compass of what's going on as it's going on, and find out which direction that they're going to take. But he's going to be like a stereo, telling the base, but they're doing this to me, and it's awful, and it's the worst thing ever and ever. But somebody's going to pull the trigger, and I don't mean necessarily that they'll kill him with a gun, but they're going to pull the trigger that might be his downfall. So I think there's some secret stuff out there. As a matter of fact, today, I think that I know Matt Gaetz also has some secret stuff that they found in texts and emails that's not good at all. Yeah, not good at all. So I think Trump has that too. I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going down, still looking.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Some capital letters.
Oh, there you go. We can see them. That's a lot of money. Melania for plagiarizing Michelle. So I know, Craig, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
But if there's a rule, let's bend it.
Yeah.
With the electoral college,
wouldn't that be nice?
In favor of actual vote.
There is something that Hakeem Jeffries is trying to do to get, and it's a special thing that he can do in order to get them to bring the vote on the border. So or for Ukraine, and yeah.
There are things like that. For instance, remember when that clear out your college debt,
Yes.
right? School
Yes.
debt, and it
Yes.
failed, and
Yep.
then some people got it taken care of. And so there are some,
Yeah, I
thank
did.
God.
I got mine taken care of.
I wouldn't, and I'm glad to know you because it's somewhat tangible. That
Tangible.
actually
I get it. I get it.
benefited. That's so nice. But I think
Well,
around this.
I worked under that program for 10 years, working for like the schools, the state, the government, working as a teacher in that. And so I had applied for that, but they kept saying, that was when Trump said, we're not doing that. And his Betsy DeVos didn't have anything to do with it. And finally, they said, send it in because Joe's going to try to do a special thing for it. And I did. And one day I went to look at it. They said, go to your student loan thing and look at it. And I did. And I nearly crapped my pants because it was a lot of money. I know. Yep. But, I'm an adjunct professor and I've been doing it for 25 years and I work for 4 or 5 places just to make enough money. So I paid my dues. I really felt that way.
Yeah, you
I
did.
Really did. Yeah.
You did. Well, how did it feel when you went to your student loan and it was zero?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I didn't almost want to tell anybody because I was sure it was wrong.
Oh, I'm so grateful.
Because I don't win things, I don't usually have things like that happen. But it was, and it's funny because I had a reading a couple of days before that, and the reader had told the person that was reading me said, you're going to get a surprise in either the mail or the email, and it came in the email. And it was wonderful. Yeah, I know. It's awesome.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
One thing I want to say about the Electoral College, isn't that in our Constitution? It would take an amendment. I believe and it would take an amendment. Now we won't be able to do that until we have all houses ours, all 3 houses ours. And so then I think when that happens, not if, but when that happens, Roe v. Wade and there's going to be a lot of fixing because there are so many with just lack of date. There were norms. We were running the country on norms. So that's part of a good thing that happened because I didn't know that that it was just a norm and not a law.
Right.
I didn't know that. So now we all know. And I'm educated.
And we don't need it anymore. It was when people were all sparse and way out in the boondocks and stuff. So we really don't.
Yeah, that's because the elites didn't think we were smart enough to vote.
Right. And women weren't voting either at the time. So, Yeah.
Mitch McConnell needs to go live in Shady Pines retirement home in Florida.
Linda, that's good, Linda. Yeah.
I love that, Linda. Yes.
I know. Yeah. That's wonderful. Yeah.
Mitch McConnell played basketball in high school with the Lord.
That's good, Dennis. That's good. Yeah, that's
sweet. That's funny.
Yeah.
And I'm just looking to make sure.
Thank you. Yeah.
Is this something I should know, Dennis? I think Trump kicks the bucket 3. So this isn't me. This is for entertainment purposes only for Dennis. Dennis says thinks that Trump kicks the bucket 3 weeks prior to the 24 election. Karma coming for putting in a Supreme Court justice in 2020, replacing Ruth.
Yeah.
But you got 3 weeks prior. Interesting.
I got it. Somebody told me April, but because there's a lot of astrological crap going on. But and some people say, Arthur, I don't know if you know Arthur, but he said you can't run in an election if you're not alive. That's what he said.
That's right.
I mean, I've heard it from several people.
Remember that?
I never wish death on anybody, but
Do you remember? But you remember that movie, Weekend with Bernie or something, where they had that?
We'll prop him up. Yeah.
And the Republicans waving his arm. We're still here. It's okay. He's still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
Okay.
Warrior Girl, you're right. If Dennis is right, the GOP will cover it up. Yeah, they'll find a lookalike person or a sound-alike guy or something, or they'll prop him up. Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that funny? That
This
is
is in your
funny.
wiki says Special Counsel Robert Hur, that's the guy,
That's the guy.
is expected to testify at a public hearing in front of the House
Yeah.
March 12th. What do you think? Oh, you shook your head. You don't think
No,
he's going to be?
he's gonna be there, but here's the deal. Yesterday, the news was sort of overshadowed with the shooting in Missouri.
Yeah.
But what had happened the first part of that hour, if you were watching the news, was that there was a huge alert that came through, repercussions from what Heard did, really, that said, we found out Lloyd Austin is in the hospital again. He turned his stuff over to his deputy. And so they're saying Russia is now saying there's a higher chance of a nuclear incident since Austin's in the hospital and Joe Biden is cognitively declining. And of course, he isn't. But because this Heard guy did that, he actually created that scenario that tells all the maggots that, that.
Yeah, I heard a little bit different. I heard that they are, I wasn't going to mention it because I don't have enough information. It has been buried a bit, but that Putin has been able to explode nuclear bombs in space, which means our satellites will go out. He'll mess with satellites. So that's a terrible thought. And I don't believe that's going to happen, mainly because our government knows about it. There's this really straight-laced guy that on the, what do you call it? The Foreign Committee. And what's his name? Kissinger was Kissinger. But you know what I mean, that guy, Liz Cheney, and anyway,
Adam Kinzinger.
Adam
Kinzinger. Yes.
He was on the same committee, and he said, he's always been calm, cool, and collected, and I've never seen him this intense. And this was a very, this guy was saying that, don't worry, there's grown-ups in the room. We've got it handled. People are working on it. Very smart.
Well, they can't get people hyped up about it. They just can't because we're too volatile right now anyway. Don't you think? They would do that. Yeah.
I know I am. For sure.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. And with every right to do it.
Ready to crack. So that's interesting. So I'm glad he's going to be held accountable then, right? Robert Hur, for all this.
Well, I hope so, except the Judiciary Committee is run by Jim Jordan. So he's going to spin it whatever way he.
Oh, that part.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah. Thank you, Wiki. I was a little bit slow.
No problem.
I thought it was regular Congress, but
yeah. If it was the Senate, it might be a different scenario. They actually have some, not always, but they have a lot more intelligence than the Congress people.
I love Randy. I love Randy. Thank you, Randy.
She is. She's a sweetheart. Yeah.
So Warrior, or keep them in until they can throw another dog a bone, but he won't win. Even the maggots are afraid of his dictator speeches. They have to be, especially
after he said he's going to drop NATO and then he's going to tell Putin to go ahead and invade people. And I know all the leaders of the regular countries are just, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? And I would be too. Yeah.
Yeah. So Wiki has some news here.
Oh.
That was a rumor brought on by Mike Turner.
Really, Wiki? Okay. Because I came in late to that info. All right.
You think it's you think we're just following?
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me because it was a guy that is a Republican congressman who runs a certain committee. And but they had everybody come down to those rooms in the basement of the Congress to open it because it's classified and everything. So,
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm not going to go very far into that. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't need to.
It was another layer that I thought I just kind of cried when I thought about it. Linda says, I keep getting, okay, for entertainment purposes only, we got October, that 45 will not be a problem for America. You know, prison, hospital, and all of that stuff. Yeah, I think he can't, as Noah Kessler would say, when that last hamburger hits that cold black heart, we all dance for a couple hours. You know?
Ooh, yeah.
He's amazing. You should listen to him. He's pretty.
Wow.
So
I mean, he just hasn't taken care of himself. He's you know, overdoes Adderall and all these other things, and eats like crap. And I guess he smells really bad most of the time. He
does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adam was saying that, but I was listening to Noel Kessler, and he was with them, and that's what led me to believe he was. Sorry, my mind is jumping. He worked on the finale and the premieres and some other shows that for The Apprentice. He didn't work the whole time, but he was in charge of talent.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And
so, so he saw a whole bunch of stuff.
He saw it and he smelled it. Yeah.
Sure did. But that's why I'm thinking maybe Trump will need his family closer.
Yeah.
So here we go, Wiki. The Gang of Eight was going to be briefed about the threat, but Mike jumped the gun to scare everyone. I'm scared.
Well, it's typical Republican chaos is all it is then. Yeah.
That's right. It worked.
Yeah.
But oh my gosh. But all in all, we're here at an hour. And so I just want to remind you, we're all going to be okay. And things have to get just icky sticky. And we're like over it. But I swear there's people that are going to be visited by 3 ghosts. And they'll realize what's going on, especially the older ones that know, you know, they're closer to World War II kind of thing, or the memory of it. So
I pulled a card and it says release your worry, release your fear. There you go.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, I'm looking for one. I love this one. I love this one. The death card. Just relax and let it's all a natural.
It's a natural crumbling.
Which is going to be this stuff. So thank you everyone for coming around. I really enjoyed it. I got to have my music.
Okay. We're going to dance out. Thanks everyone. Thanks, Deborah.
Sure. And I'll see everyone tomorrow night at 6 for Lalit and I.
So, have a good night.
Love you all.